their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive. Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there! How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here!
No! I'm not going anywhere! I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters! Now leave me alone!
Konnichiwa, everybody, and Happy New Year. Yeah, I know it's the second month of the year already, but hey, this is my first video this year. So, as you can see, we're playing Resident Evil 3 as last year. We will get a remake, which is so crazy since Resident Evil 3 came out 1 year after Resident Evil 2 did. And one sec, I need to pause this. The remake is also coming 1 year later, well, give or take 1 year. So what we're gonna do, we were playing this with some goals in mind, and without any further ado, let's get started. So the plan for this playthrough is be as close to A rank as possible. And I swear to God, to this day, I'm not sure if A ranked is achieved by the way that I think it is. It's not as... I mean, I'm pretty confident in my skills in this game, but this Resident Evil is by far the hardest one ever. The reason being Nemesis. For those who don't know Resident Evil, you will see what I mean when we get there. But Nemesis is so unpredictable. He's RNG, and where he will, how far he will follow you, or for how long. The encounters with Nemesis are pretty much set, but it depends on the story, on your choices, on where he will appear. And yeah, so we need to steer this as good as possible. We are taking the costume key for the shop where the costumes are, and I'm yet to decide which costume we're gonna play with, because they have nothing special about them except the look that Jill will have. To achieve rank A, we'll need to be, I think, under 3 hours, maybe 2.5. I'm not sure about that. We can only save once, and no first aid sprays. So pretty crazy when you think about it, when you see how Nemesis will behave at some point. So yeah. Okay. As a kid, this scared the shit out of me. Look. You need to fight these zombies. Well, he doesn't need to bite you, but you need to fight them off, because there's a plot critical item there that you need to proceed with, and an extra weapon that you can at least have some advantage over the situation here. Fuck me. See? The thing with this Resident Evil is it has only 2 modes. It has one easy and one hard mode. And essentially the hard mode is the normal mode of this game. Oh fuck this, I know. Oh my god. The hard mode is the normal mode. So you're pretty much hardcore or you nothing at all. So we need to try to be as stingy as we can with our ammo. Come on, because at some point we just we will have ammo up to a certain point in the game, and then maybe the game will strip us of it. So I need to check this out. Herbs work the same way as Resident Evil 2, pretty much in every Resident Evil. And one crazy thing, I remember I told you that my friend's dad, he also played Resident Evil 3, told me that if you are full health and then you heal yourself with more than just standard herb, your health will increase and you will have more what's it called? You will have more resistance to damage. And in Resident Evil 2 Remake, it's really the case. That's so crazy. Well, here it isn't, but yeah. The idea was nice. Yes. I remember when I wanted to record this, I wanted to play this originally on the PS1, and yet it kind of didn't work out. Back to that in a moment. We have costumes, so we have Jill, standard Jill from Resident Evil 1. We have Business Jill, Then we have I don't have any idea what this is. Heavy Metal Jill, I'd say Biker Jill maybe. And then we have Regina, which I think we're gonna take for this playthrough. Regina, of course, being from Dino Crisis 1. So what I was about to say is that I was trying to record this on the PS1. I even bought a TV because it didn't put out the signal that I wanted, and it wouldn't appear on the capture card or on the TV. I tried different cables, I only have this one capture card, and it didn't work. So yeah, I thought maybe I can buy this off of PSN, and it worked. So this is pretty good, as you can see. And I just wanted to see if it ran, and then I remember yeah, I played it like twice in a row. And then also I wanted to try the mercenary mode, which originated in this game, and played it like like 2 or 3 times. And I bought some infinite weapons, which we of course not gonna use on this run, but maybe to getting through the game, maybe test out some theories, maybe make some new videos. It might be pretty cool to have this. I also wanted to do both the Dino Crisis games because I have them on PS2, but PS1, excuse me. But I think I'm gonna buy them here and then replay them on the PS3 again. Let's see. Time will tell.
Get away!
You can leave this zombie pretty much alone and Brad will kill him by himself, but we are not dicks. So we help him out. He helped us too.
Brad, hang in there. Why isn't someone doing something about this?
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill. The police aren't trained for this kind of situation. What could they do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see. He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
And this scene gave me just chills. Oh my god. As a kid, I thought, what the fuck is going on? And to this day, I'd be hard-pressed to name you a game that every single cutscene that's in this game, or in our game, is badass, and this game has it. I mean, it has the best intro ever. I mean, Resident Evil 2 is my favorite Resident Evil, yeah. But this Resident Evil here, it's just, it has these cutscenes, these dialogues. There's this cutscene with Mikhail in it, with the Nemesis encounter, and it's my favorite cutscene of the game. And when I saw the first shots of Mikhail in the tram, where he grabs Jill by the arm, and I really just legit saw the words coming out of his mouth, "Get out of here, I'm gonna take care of this." It's just epic. He looks like Big Boss in this remakes. It's just cool. So many nice details that we have there, like Jill carrying her badge around. Just tiny little details that make your fan heart just go make jumps, make hoops. This is a nice thing here, these barrels. They can explode on impact. If you aim at them, you can risk aiming them manually, but if you press R2, you will get an auto-aim feature that will aim automatically at the item that can be interacted with. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And this game has only one scenario, which is Jill. Something happens later in the game, which you will see. But in this scenario, you have two endings, but you have to. The endings depend on your choices that you make throughout the game, up to this point in the game. So what we are shooting for is like 3.5 hours. So at least we have a C rank. Yeah, as I said, we're nerfing ourselves a little bit with those saves. I don't know if I will keep my promise of just one save. I will try. It will depend on how many healing items I will have left at some certain points in the game. That will make up my decision. So the gunpowders we are shooting for is blue ones. Either 2 mixed blue ones or 3 mixed blue ones, like on top of each other. So, because these are the blue ones are the only effective ones. Since we are trying to do our best here, it's important that we have stopping power versus the bosses, and the blue ones will give us exactly that. We'll have to check out what kind of weapon we'll get first, but I think it will be the grenade launcher that we get from the police station. And next awesome cutscene coming in right now.
Jill!
Brad!
We've got to... Jill! Help!
No!
Nemesis meet Ghosts, Ghost meet Nemesis. So we're gonna say fuck this. We're gonna get out of here because we don't nearly have enough ammo to deal with this shit. It's just ludicrous how much damage he can take with strong weapons, and I like have what? Shotgun and handgun, no shotgun ammo at all. Yeah, not so bright. Okay, the reloading tool, we could have left that in the item box, but this game, I swear to God, there's no other Resident Evil that I make so many management mistakes as in this game. You will see later. Yeah, police station. Police station. We're not staying for long. We're gonna only get our shit and get the fuck out of here. But I've been here like a million times, and this location isn't getting isn't getting old. I mean, I bet I'm gonna be here like a million times over again, but I'm happy. Every time I'm in here, I'm finding something else, something awesome that I can explore. So maybe some little detail that I missed over 1 or 2 times that I was here. Great stuff, great stuff. And there's just so many, I don't know, games that I just think about location and say, yeah, they're pretty cool. But then I think about the police station in Resident Evil, and everything just pales in comparison. So And what we are going for is every time you fight Nemesis, he drops an item. And this item is most of the time will be weapon parts. Once there will be a big first aid spray like bag, you can store 3 first aid sprays for the price of just 1. And that's pretty cool. Like the bag will only take up 1 space, and you can store 3 first aid sprays in this slot. So that's pretty cool. But we're not using first aid sprays, so yeah. We're not gonna make enhanced ammo, because if you do enhanced ammo, you can shoot yourself in the foot, because enhanced ammo only works on standard weapons like the standard shotgun, the standard handgun, and since I want to have the Desert Eagle, it I might end up hurting myself in the long run. So yeah. Okay, since we didn't fought the Nemesis at in front of the police station, there are consequences. We need to go around to get an item, and this item will be Jill's police identification badge. I can't say badge. If we would fight Nemesis at that point, we could have picked up Brad's ID, and that would have been it, but we don't have the ammo, as I said, to fuck around with this guy. No chance dancing with him. Even if my dodging would be on point, I would have to knife him at some point. And my healing items are just too precious to be wasted on something like this. We will have chances to knock out Nemesis, and he will drop the weapon parts that we so desire, but fighting him every time is just suicide if you don't have the necessary equipment. And this is what we came for. Those 2 red herbs will help us later. Maybe there's some shotgun ammo, yes, which is also RNG out the ass, because last time I was here there was nothing in. So yeah. Okay, yeah, as I said, item management in this game is, oh my god, because you will need to use items like, for example, the valve in Resident Evil 2 that you use in a sewer. It's pretty important to remember to take out items or take items with you on the way, because you might backtrack later in the game. It's not far. I mean, item boxes aren't that far off from the point where you need to use the item, but it's annoying, and you don't, most of the time you don't have the time if you're running for a good time. So and this Nemesis encounter, I mean, the animation of this full motion cutscene was yeah. So, I mean, those rendered cutscenes, full motion. What the fuck am I talking about? Of this cutscene is just incredible. You could see how they were scared of what the fuck is that thing, and I was too when I was a kid. And every cutscene is like that in here. And if you think that was basically 21 years ago, it's incredible how far they were and how far we came. And these graphics still hold up. I mean, I was looking, I was watching my Resident Evil 2 playthrough just to see how good the graphics have aged. And it was just, I was like, looks still good, right? And as you see, item management, I can take nothing with me. So that's pretty cool. And we have to backtrack. As I said, the item box isn't that far off. But yeah. I'm so excited to see how everything will look, how the encounters will look against Nemesis in the new game. It's just, oh my god, I'm so excited. If it's anything like Resident Evil 2, which it will be, I'm so excited for this. And remember when I told you that sometimes it's better to get hurt and then push through with the ammo? Yeah, not so much here. You really need to weigh out your options. How am I going to proceed about this? Because the bosses in this game, they are no joke. There are many ways to kill the bosses, but Nemesis makes everything so much more difficult. I mean, the RNG on this guy is incredible. He's so unpredictable. This is the only boss fight in ever that I, to this day, cannot tell you for sure I'm gonna beat him every time with ease like Mr. X. No way. Yeah. So, might just go around the corner and check out if... No, nothing here. Sometimes there might be something here. I can't tell you for sure. Dude, this is a fucking joke. See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying here? Fuck! So my time is pretty much shot. I tell you what I did. Or what I didn't do. Remember there was this passcode that we needed to enter, right? And yeah. There was a key inside and we needed to take this key and I forgot about that. And it's every freaking time that I do this. Sometimes I just forget to take things with me. I have no idea why. I'm thinking about this in every Resident Evil game. Do I have this? Do I have that? And Resident Evil 3, when I played the first 2 times, I literally like forgot 10 things and had to backtrack. Jesus Christ, boy. Focus. So I mean, the A rank is pretty much shot. we can forget about that. We are 30 minutes in, and yeah, there is some big things that I need to do in order to progress, and this is barely the beginning. Maybe we can get some time out later, but I don't think so. I'm aiming for like 3.5 hours. As best as we can be, possibly, but A rank is so, oh my god. And it's like with Mr. X, Nemesis is much more like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, in the way that he's aggressive. And if they're gonna up Nemesis' behavior in Resident Evil 3 Remake, then this thing will be a killing machine. That will be a force of nature. I mean, let's see. Check out this Star's photo. We don't have... It's not like we have time to worry about. And this is what we came for here. The lockpick. So we can, which is another blood critical item that I sometimes forget. And grenade launcher. Oh! Nice! Magnum. So as I said, RNG, I thought that this the weapon that is in this locker is randomized or determined by if you fight Nemesis at the police station or not. But it seems it's just yeah, sometimes it is, sometimes it don't. Maybe it depends on the time. I have no idea. This game is out of my control.
survivors found. This is Carlos. Send in support immediately.
Yeah, and Carlos is another character that I really like, and they remade. I mean, everyone pretty much looks like their older counterparts from Resident Evil 3, but Carlos looks mighty different from his original concept, as you will see when we meet him. I always... did you heard that? What was that? Oh god, the music changes. What the fuck is that? Yeah. I always imagined Carlos like the Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles Carlos, which portrayed him pretty good, I think. But I like the new Carlos as well. Yeah, I like him pretty much. Let's see how his gun plays, because he had some mighty weapons on him. This machine gun, it looked epic, to say the least. Ah, shit, fuck. Come on, pick up. Yes, nice. As you can see, my item management is just shot, to say the least. I'm always full. But what the hell did I have? Yeah, because if I would have gone to the box room, to the save room, to save this, Nemesis would have locked me in. Would have locked me in that corner, and I might have faced severe consequences, as some other Resident Evil character would say. Look at this police station. It looks epic. Yeah. Try to figure out if I need something. I don't think so. I always thought that this was one of the crash sites from Resident Evil 2, which we're gonna see. But it's not this one. Always where there's a body that's suspiciously lying there, always check it out. He might or will have, most of the time, will have ammo on him. Or something that you can use. No first aid sprays, which is very good for our run that we are doing. But ammo, powders, and stuff like that. What? Oh my god. Normally there would also be like 3 green herbs here, which they don't. Thank you very much, Capcom. So do I have anything left that I can pick up? Come. Jill. Pick Jill! Jesus Christ! It's not worth it to fight the dogs here, because they will do mighty damage. I mean, they bit us like once, twice. And the weapon that we have is too slow, and the standard ammo doesn't have any stopping power to deal with them. Okay, these dogs are really a pain in the ass, and we have to go through here more than once. So it's best to dispose of them now, as long as we have the ammo for it. Alright, 5, 6, okay. So when I finished the game last time, I was at grade C, and I was like 3:30 in, and I had 2 saves. So my estimation is that you really need to be under 3 hours and under 2 saves to have the S rank. So that because when we have like 2 ranks or grades to go, and we like missed them, the stipulations for this grade, you will see, okay, I'm missing this, I'm missing that. It can only be, but there is also an S rank that you can achieve, which must be crazy. I saw a guy doing it and he was under 2 hours, and I don't know if the cutscenes count towards the completion time, so I'm not sure. I mean, we will see when we are there, but I'm pretty sure they do. So, and I want to do this playthrough for you guys. So, if you can lock them like this, it's pretty good. But you have to keep count of how much ammo you have, because the reload animation takes very, very long, and they will come hard down on you. Come on. Guys, can you? Like that? Come on. Dude, please. Good. Okay. Yeah, also one of these locations that you will go through more than once, so it's better to clear them out now than later. Shit. Yeah. I just wanted to take a sip of my coffee, and that thing just... I forgot how short this cutscene is. Yeah. Okay. Look, it's Carlos. So, after him. How much space do we have left? No, we're not taking anything with us as of now. We're gonna have to... Okay. Dude, I don't have any shotgun ammo left, so that sucks. Fuck! Yeah, idiot, stand longer and wait for those zombies to bite you. Okay, this is one of these moments that can fuck you up pretty bad. Not gonna lie. So, as you can see, bodies everywhere, like this one. And if you check it out, there will be some ammo on it. You can save it later. It's just handgun ammo, but even handgun ammo comes in handy in dire situations. So, when you meet Carlos, he has 2 locations where you can meet him, and one of these locations is down there. There's a restaurant, and up here, which is the what do you call an office of a journalist, maybe many journalists, I don't know, but it's like a newspaper. And both of them will give you a chance to defeat Nemesis, like or stop Nemesis for a certain amount of time. But after that, you have to fight him or run, right? So yeah, need to take that into consideration. What I want to do is try and lose him after we encounter him. Let's see how that works out. So, and of course the lockpick isn't a personalized item in this game, so you have to take it out everywhere with you almost. I don't need that one. Yeah, of course you don't. And what's this? A lockpick. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just run around. I was looking like for hours on end for this item that was in there. I was like, dude, where the hell is this? And I had to look up a guide as a kid. And when you didn't have guides back in the day, then you were pretty much fucked. The game was over. You had to look for someone who either beat the game or had a guide. And guides, well, if you have a gaming magazine like Nintendo Power, I mean, we didn't have that where I was living. We had like Play was the publication that I read, sorry. Play was the publication that I was reading, and there was, well, not detailed. I mean, the playthrough or the guide was going like over 2 sides with some screenshots, and there was just like, yeah, there's a what do you call it? Locker. There's a locker in the northeast south section of the shop, and you have to and you have to use the lockpick on it to get the crowbar. And I was like, dude, fucking real. And I was looking for it, and it was like in the corner right there. Perfect, I thought. And as you can see, my item management is just shit. I don't have any other word for it than just shit.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah. We came all the way out here to save you civilians. But the mission went bad the minute we landed.
How did he find me?
So hide in the kitchen because you want to pick up the
Over here.
weapon part that he will drop. And that's
Are you crazy? You could have barbecued both of us.
okay. There we go. And it also depends on where you leave the restaurant, on how the cutscene will it plays out the same, but the dialogue changes a little bit, so it doesn't stay that long, as you can see. Much like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 remake.
I need to ask you something. Why did Umbrella send your team here?
Our mission is to rescue the civilians.
How kind of you. Considering Umbrella caused all this in the first place, those liars!
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands.
He is
No time
pissed.
for talking. If you can believe me, then join us. Think about it.
I mean, can you imagine to be this pissed that you just throw around shit in the in the restaurant? Yeah, there's Resident Evil 3 poster. So what we are trying to do is outrun him. Not run into him, outrun him. I'm always missing doors in this game. The analog stick makes it kind of hard to be precise. Yeah. I mean, you can fight him and then he's dead, but I don't have the ammo or the necessary health items to do this, so. And I need to backtrack anyway. Let's see. I have no idea how many doors it takes to outrun him. So I couldn't tell you.